What's going on, everybody? Top 10 Pokemon here, and today I got a special video for y'all. It is my top 10 greatest, best, most awesomest Pokemon card sets of all time. Now, rating Pokemon card sets can be influenced a lot by opinion, so I tried to break it down into 4 different categories. These are the qualifiers we'll be judging these sets by: their artwork, their value, their popularity, and their influence and how iconic they are to the hobby. Now let's start off with our number 10 best set of all time, and that is Sun and Moon Hidden Fates. Now let's analyze this set first by its artwork. To be honest with you, as popular as this set is and as valuable as some of the cards are, the artwork really isn't that great. Now when we look at the Hidden Fates, it's just a reprint. It's a glorified reprint from all the other Sun and Moon sets. Just with a different color palette for most of the full art GX cards. Although the common and uncommon cards, and even some of the rare cards, are unique to Hidden Fates, they're not the cards you're really there for. You want to hit the secret rare GX cards, like Charizard, Mewtwo, the Evolutions, cards like that. But even those cards right there are simply reprints. The Charizard from the set is a reprint from the Charizard from Burning Shadow, so there's not a whole lot of unique artwork in this set. And for that reason, we give the artwork a 6.5 out of 10. Now on to the value of this set. The sealed product as a whole, really, this set isn't valuable right now. Right now, in this moment of time, it's not that valuable because the set's being reprinted. So the packs, you can get these packs usually for around $10 a pack or less if you're patient. Where the value is of course in the PSA 10 graded Shining cards. Shining Charizard, Shining Mewtwo, the Shining Evolutions. All those cards, the PSA 10, are pretty valuable so far, but as far as sealed product goes, it's not that valuable yet. So when we do the value of these sets, we want to value not only the cards in their graded forms, but also the sealed product. So although the graded cards, a lot of them, are pretty valuable, the sealed product isn't. So for that reason, we give the value of this set a 7 out of 10. Alright, now let's judge the popularity of this set. This is the most popular set, I think maybe since base set. This Hidden Fates really took the world by storm. People raiding the shelves of all the product. People doing back alley deals trying to get the tins and the elite trainer boxes for this set. So we haven't seen anything like that since the late 90s with Pokemon. People clearing the shelves, people scalping this to resell at a higher value. And I think that this set in the future is going to be remembered as very, very nostalgic for a lot of people and very iconic. So we're going to give the popularity of this set a 10 out of 10. And last but not least, how influential and how iconic is this set? I think it is extremely influential. I think it got a lot of people back into the hobby, just like Evolutions did. And I think that soon to come, if it isn't already, the Charizard GX from the set is already iconic, really. There's thousands upon thousands of graded copies of this. So yeah, that card alone makes this set iconic. So we give the influence and the iconic aspect of this set a 9 out of 10, bringing the overall rating of this set to an 8.1 out of 10. And this is indeed our number 10 best Pokemon card set of all time at this present time. Our number 9 best Pokemon card set of all time would have to be Gym Challenge. Now let's start off this set with the artwork. While some of the holo cards have terrific artwork, such as Rocket's Zapdos, Rocket's Mewtwo, the common and uncommon cards, and even some of the rare cards, are quite lackluster. So we gave the artwork for this set a 9 out of 10. With the booster box reaching almost $15,000 and the PSA 10 holos several thousands of dollars, we established this set's value is about a 9.5 out of 10. Popularity. The popularity of the gym leaders, Koga, Sabrina, Blaine, and Giovanni, outweigh those from Gym Heroes. This set has always been more popular than that of Gym Heroes, so we give the popularity an 8.5 out of 10. Now, how influential and iconic is this set? Let's break it down. The thing that makes this set iconic is, of course, Blaine's Charizard. Otherwise, this isn't the set that comes to a lot of people's minds when they think of Pokemon. So we gave the influence and the iconic aspect of this set an 8 out of 10, bringing our grand total of this set to an 8.8 out of 10 overall. The number 8 best Pokemon card set of all time has to be Skyridge. While some regard Skyridge as a hyped up set, others appreciate it solely for its amazing artwork. Skyridge is home to some of the best art in Pokemon: Alakazam, Gyarados, Houndoom, Umbreon, breathtaking renditions. Skyridge brings a style of art to Pokemon that we haven't seen before, and for that we give the artwork a 10 out of 10. Value. How valuable is the Skyridge set? The sealed booster boxes command tens of thousands of dollars, making it the second most valuable booster box in all of Pokemon. With the PSA cards like Crystal Charizard going for 5 figures, woo-wee! But what doesn't give this set a value of 10 out of 10 is the underrated PSA 10 holos that just don't seem to be catching up with the value of the booster box. We give Skyridge a value of 9.5 out of 10. Popularity. Skyridge was made popular for one reason: its scarcity in booster box availability, and yes, a lot of crystal Pokemon as well. We believe it is definitely the most popular set of the E-Series cards, so we give the popularity a 9 out of 10. Influence. What did this set do for the hobby as far as influence? Well, not really a whole lot. The crystal styles were introduced in the prior set, and the box topper that came with the booster boxes were also previously done. The only thing iconic about this set is the Crystal Charizard card. So we give the influence of this set and the iconic aspect a 7 out of 10. We give Skyridge an overall rating of 8.9 out of 10. Number 7 best set of all time would have to be Fossil set. Of the first 3 sets in the TCG, Fossil has always been the weakest, but that's not to say it doesn't have its place in our hearts. Let's analyze the artwork. Like Jungle and Base set, many of the Pokemon have a bland artwork with plain backgrounds to go along with it. You always have the exception of a few, which include the likes of Dragonite and Aerodactyl, but most of the cards don't exactly hit home runs. So for that, we give the artwork of this set an 8 out of 10. On the line of being part of the first 3 sets, Fossil has always been the least valuable, but that's not to say it can't draw a big price tag. Sealed booster boxes just broke the 5-figure mark, and a few of the PSA holographics can be quite pricey, so we give the value of this set a 9 out of 10. The Fossil set completes the first 151 Pokemon lineup, with heavy hitters like Zapdos, Moltres, Articuno, as well as fan favorites like Dragonite and Gengar make this an extremely popular set. We give the popularity a 9.5 out of 10. This set is iconic for those very reasons. We are acquainted with those Pokemon that we know and love, which has influenced many more variations of them in future sets. We give the influence of this set a 9.5 out of 10. A solid third set in the series gets a solid overall score of 9 out of 10. Number 6, Jungle set. The second set to be released, Jungle introduces us to more of the 151 of the first generation of Pokemon. Let's start off with the artwork. The artwork is about as inspired as the cards from Fossil and Base set. While some of the cards have decent artwork, others are pretty generic looking, with not much inspiration behind them. So we give the artwork from this set an 8 out of 10. Being the second set to be released in the English TCG, Jungle packs a wallop in value. Sealed first edition booster boxes are reaching nearly $15,000. Many of the first edition PSA 10 holos can be thousands of dollars on their own. Even the common cards such as Pikachu and Eevee have recently gone for hundreds of dollars, making this a tremendously valuable set. We give the value of this set a 9.5 out of 10. This set has many of the Pokemon we know and love's first rendition. This includes the extremely popular Evolution lineup of Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon, with other fan favorites such as Snorlax and the rest of the first generation Pokemon. The popularity is sky high. We give the popularity of this set, in its entirety, a 9.5 out of 10. This is such an iconic set. So iconic that many of the cards were reprinted in Base 2 and Legendary Collection. The fact that it stars the first ever evolutions gives this set an iconic rating of 9.5 out of 10. You can't have the first generation of Pokemon complete without Jungle set, so we give the overall rating of this set a 9.1 out of 10. The number 5 greatest Pokemon card set of all time is Neorevelation. Neorevelation spices things up for the Neo series in a few ways, the first being some truly exquisite artwork. The artwork for the holographic cards is legendary to say the least, and we also get a different artwork for the non-holo variations of those Pokemon. Neorevelation has one of the greatest arts of all time, Shining Gyarados. Just look at that bit of epicness. For this, we give the Neorevelation artwork a 9.5 out of 10. The art may be fantastic, but is the value? It certainly is. The PSA 10 holos and shining cards go for thousands of dollars, but the sealed booster boxes go for tens of thousands of dollars, making this one of the most expensive sets of all time. We give the value of Neorevelation a 9.5 out of 10. This set has popularity because of a few Pokemon, which include the legendary dogs and the legendary bird, Ho-Oh. Otherwise, it's a fairly small set, and seems to stay in the giant shadow of Neo Destiny. We give the popularity of this set a 9 out of 10. How did this set influence the hobby? Well, with the first Shining Pokemon ever, of course. Shining Gyarados and Shining Magikarp were the first ever Shining cards in the English TCG, and they certainly don't disappoint. But other than those cards, there's not much else in this set that stands out as being different from the other sets. So we give the influence of Neorevelation a 9 out of 10. Neorevelation is a legendary set, which receives a legendary score of 9.3 out of 10. The number 4 greatest set of all time has to be Team Rocket. Team Rocket set deviated from the first few sets that we have seen from Wizards of the Coast, starting with some fantastic artwork. The holographic Pokemon now have a bit of character displayed in their art. The smug art of Dark Charizard turning his back to you is excellent. A lot of other non-holos are somewhat lackluster. As some exhibit a nice amount of creativity, others seem uninspired. We give the total artwork of this set a 9 out of 10. When we look at the value of this set, we have to consider that as of right now, the population for many of these cards as PSA 10s are numerous, with the exception of a few Pokemon such as Dark Magneton and Rainbow Energy. The booster boxes are pricey, around $10,000 at this time, but that hails in comparison to the upcoming sets on this list. The PSA 10 graded cards can reach a couple $1,000s a piece, which isn't too shabby at all. All this considered, we give the value of Team Rocket set a 9 out of 10. This set is popular for one big reason. It was the first set to introduce dark Pokemon. These Pokemon are notably weaker than the other variations, but it is a great switch from what we've been used to in previous sets. This was enough to get a score of 9.5 out of 10 for popularity. This set was highly influential to the hobby by presenting dark Pokemon for the first time, as well as the very first secret rare card in Dark Raichu. Team Rocket is a fan favorite set, so we gave it a solid 9.5 out of 10 in its influence for the hobby. We give the overall score of Team Rocket set a 9.3 out of 10. Number 3 best Pokemon card set of all time is most assuredly Neogenesis. Neogenesis contains some of the most difficult, low population cards to get a PSA 10 out of, but we'll get to that in a minute. The artwork style here is similar to that of the first generation holographic cards, which is simply the Pokemon in a basic stance with a basic holo background, for the most part. You have some exceptions here with cards like Heracross and Slowking. Still, the holo cards from Neo set have a particularly eye-catching holofoil pattern. All in all, we give the artwork for Neogenesis a 9 out of 10. What about the value? Does the first Neo set hold a candle to the value of the first generation sets? The quick answer? Yes. Sealed booster boxes for this set go for tens of thousands of dollars, while a lot of the holographics in their PSA 10 forms follow suit. Cards like Lugia, Typhlosion 17, Slowking, Feraligatr yield a hefty price tag because of their popularity and extremely low population. We give the value of Neogenesis a 10 out of 10. Today, however, Neogenesis is popular for the highly sought after PSA 10 examples. We give popularity a 9 out of 10. Was this set influential in any way? How about iconic? This set didn't do a whole lot for the hobby as far as being innovative. It did, however, sport iconic Pokemon in their first ever renditions, such as Lugia, which command a staggering price of over $15,000 as a PSA 10. So we give the influence and the iconic aspect of this set a 9 out of 10. Bringing all those numbers together, we figure this set rates about a 9.3 out of 10. The number 2 best Pokemon card set of all time is, in fact, Neo Destiny. It's no secret that Neo Destiny is probably the best of the 4 Neo sets. Why is that? Well, let's take a look at some of the artwork. Cards like Dark Espeon, Dark Gengar, Light Arcanine, Light Dragonite just pop out at you like no other. Some of the Shining cards, such as Shining Mewtwo, are favorites to many collectors. The abstract art in both the holo and non-holo cards leads us to give this set's artwork a 9.5 out of 10. Now let's talk value. The sealed product and the graded cards in the set fetch some of the highest prices in the hobby, with booster boxes costing over $30,000, and the holos and Shining cards going for several thousands themselves. We have to give this set's value a 10 out of 10. As amazing as Neo sets are, most of them don't hold the amount of popularity like that of the first generation sets. The starter Pokemon aren't nearly as popular, even if some of them still hold tremendous value. We give the popularity of Neo Destiny a 9 out of 10. Now what makes Neo Destiny influential is the introduction of the first and only line of light Pokemon, which give this set a great contrast with the dark Pokemon presented as well. Shining Charizard alone gives this set iconic points. We give the influence and the iconic aspect of this set a 9 out of 10, giving the overall score of Neo Destiny a 9.4 out of 10. Before we get to our number 1 greatest card set of all time, I wanted to do some honorable mentions, which include Gym Heroes, Aquapolis, Expedition, Unbroken Bonds, Flashfire, EX Team Rocket Returns, Evolutions, and Shining Legends. The number 1 greatest Pokemon card set of all time, and this is no surprise to anybody, is Base Set. The English base set was released back in 1999, and it is the most nostalgic, iconic, most valuable set of all time. But let's talk about the artwork. When we take a look at the holos in the set, most of them are very uninspired. A lot of them are just the Pokemon in a basic stance with a very generic holo background, with the exception of a couple. Where the artwork truly shines is in some of the common cards such as Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander, but aside from that, the artwork isn't quite as good as it is in later sets. We give the artwork for base set an 8 out of 10. Now let's talk some value. Between the sealed first edition box and the PSA 9s and 10s of the graded cards, you have a set more valuable than any other set in the hobby by a long shot. We give the value of this set a perfect 10 out of 10. It's a no-brainer that the base set of Pokemon is the most popular set of all. Everyone knows what Pokemon are in base set, and investors of all backgrounds will agree that the base set products are the hottest on the market. We give the popularity of base set a 10 out of 10. Base set is iconic by definition, and its success has influenced over 90 sets to be produced thereafter. We give the influence and the iconic aspect of base set a 10 out of 10. There's no debate here. Whether it's first edition, Shadowless, Unlimited, or 4th print, base set is the greatest set in Pokemon of all time. We give base set a final score of 9.5 out of 10. So what do you think of the list? Were any of your favorite sets on this list? Leave a comment below and let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate you all. And check out my next video coming up soon. I will see you later. Thank you.